the final time in this particular run of Pocket World. I've been having a whole lot of fun, but as you may know if you've watched a certain YouTube video that I posted yesterday, 2 days ago, starting next Thursday, October the 19th, I can start posting content for City Skylines 2, including live streaming. So next week, on Monday, we're going to have Baldur's Gate 3. Wednesday, no stream, because instead on Thursday, we're going to have a super long extended stream that actually starts 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's going to start with some Galactic Civilization 4, a sponsored live stream. It's going to be 2 hours of that. And it's starting at 10 because it is at exactly noon Eastern Time that the City Skylines 2 embargo lifts. So we're going to do 2 hours of Gal Civ 4, which I have been enjoying a lot. I think Thursday is the actual release date for Gal Civ 4 Supernova. So I'm excited to see that. And then, yeah, after that, we switch into City Skylines 2, baby! So we'll stream that on Thursday and probably stream it on the Saturday as well. So we should wrap up this Dwarf Fortress run in a nice little box here, if I can mime this correctly. And then we'll start building up instead of building down. I don't know, crazy idea. Crazy idea. I've not done the Star Trek... Well, it's not a Star Trek mod for Stellaris. Well, sorry, Glenn Hooch, I'm just realizing you may be asking something else than I interpreted. I have done the Star Trek mod for Stellaris. It's called, New Horizons? But also, there's a standalone game, Star Trek Infinite, is that what it's called? That is made, it's built in the Stellaris engine, but it is a standalone game. And that just came out this week, and I have not had time to play it. The thing is, the schedule has been redonkulous lately with all the good stuff coming out. Which is also one of the reasons why some of the games have had a hard time. I was really disappointed to find out that the Lamplighters League did not perform well commercially at release, because I think it's quite a cool game, and if I had more time, I'd be playing it a bunch right now. But I mean, it's just, how do you release a game right now? Oof, it's tough. Oof. Remember when Quill did the Stellaris mod? He had problems with Deep Space Nine. Yeah, we had like some weird stuff going on. Were we playing the Cardassians, and like the Bajorn Independence just kept firing over and over, or was it the other way around? There was something weird going on where like some event got stuck in a loop. Like, well, that's stupid. So I was a little disappointed. That was a while ago though, so who knows. Got to finish BG3 soon, so you have more time for other games. I'm kind of thinking, and I know this is going to bug some people, but the last few streams I've sort of kind of been beelining the main quest a little bit more aggressively, because I mean, we're up to something like episode 150 on YouTube, and we're not actually caught up. I'm going to start releasing longer splits. I think the last video that went up was like an hour, 50 minutes. I'm trying something like that. Originally, I was just posting the direct VODs, which I liked. I mean, a 4-hour video isn't ideal in some ways, but it does prevent me from like overflowing people's subscriber list. But then YouTube would like flag something in the 4-hour video, and the entire thing would get demonetized. So I'm like, fine, I'll split this up into smaller chunks so that if something gets demonetized, we don't lose 4 hours of content for some reason. But I'm gonna put out like about hour-ish chunks now, because I'm trying to like speed it up because there's so much. Yeah, the playlist is ridiculous. I do want to give a shout out, before the stream started, before it went live, it's actually about 2 hours ago now, I did get a wonderful contribution to the Whiskey and Chocolate and Bubble Tea Fund and all those things from someone. I don't know if they just had meant to stay anonymous or whatever, so I'll just say, JB, if you're still in the chat, thank you very much for that. That is very appreciated, as well as the kind words. Yeah, very, very, very appreciated. I just don't know, because it came pre-stream. I thought maybe I'll keep it low key here, but I just wanted to acknowledge that I saw it and I appreciate it, so thank you for that. If you put on Game Pass, what do you think would happen? Well, and that's it. A lot of people are looking at the number of players being played on Steam, which might not be representative because Lamplighter is on Game Pass. And I don't know how like the finances work with like, if someone downloads your game in Game Pass, how much money does the publisher get? I mean, I'm assuming not as much as if the game had been bought outright. Do they track playtime? I actually don't know how Game Pass does profit sharing with the game devs, but I don't know. Any future plans on Hearts of Iron 4 update playthrough? I really want to. I mean, there's just been the new expansion and everything, and I've got the code for it. In fact, I had a pre-release code for it and everything, but it's like, it was just not enough time, and I'm really itching to get back to it. Although the thing I think I'm most excited for, first of all, I finished my recordings for Memoir, so those episodes are going to keep coming online, but I've completed that. And man, it had been so long since I played EU4, and it's still my favorite of the Paradox Grand strategy games. I really like EU4, which was not on PC Gamer's top 100 list of all times. I mean, it's probably, I guess it's not as accessible as, you know, like CK3 or something, which got number 3 on the list, number 4 on the list, Dwarf Fortress. What am I saying? Dwarf Fortress is on the freaking list. Yeah, I don't know. I think EU4 has been around a while, and I don't think it has the same sort of hype factor, but God, I love it. But I'm really hyped. The new beta for Victoria 3, is it patch 1.5? The beta they're working on now, with a lot of dramatic changes. The feedback to that has been phenomenal. I haven't been playing it, but I've been like keeping up on the like the Reddit and the forum chat about people who are trying this new beta build, and there's high praise. Not everything, so they like ripped out a bunch of systems and are re-implementing a bunch of things, so not everything is back in. If you jump on the Victoria 3 beta, there'll be some game features that aren't put back in yet. But people are talking about like the new economy as being quite cool, all kinds of stuff. Well, this is a bit whack. Yeah, I mean, first of all these top lists are always going to be crazy in some respect. Like, what's crazy to me is they put Diablo 4 on the list, but Diablo 2's not on there. Now, again, they may have crunched the Diablo franchise into one game, but then they picked, what, the latest version of that instead of the best version of that? I mean, Diablo 2 was peak Diablo, right? Right? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Thank you, spoilers to your own video. What video? Memoir that it's over? Yeah, I won't tell you what episode it is. I mean, and you know EU4 ends at some point, right? Oh, is it the spoiler about the top 100 list? Is it that one? That's funny.
Spider puns time.
Oh no,
what do you
spiders!
Get when you cross a spider with a computer? An itchy bite. What do spiders order with their burgers? French flies. What do you call a spider that can dance? A jitterbug. Why is the spider so clever? He is always on the web.
Thanks, cool man. I have to say, I thought about you the other day. With my like board game D&D group, whatever, we're gonna be playing a role-playing game, an RPG called, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Hold on. I think is it called Lancer? Lancer, which is some sort of like, you know, big. It's one of these where you like going around in like big battle mech type things. We're playing it in sort of a diesel punk kind of setting. I think Lancer's like set like, it's the year 5000, but we're going to be playing in like 1930s diesel punk kind of setting. And it made me think of the your Snyder teleport gun thing from when we were playing Battletech. So you've infected my brain. This is what you do. Peaked at Diablo 1 for real, for real. Boo. I don't know. Diablo 1's the one where you couldn't run, right? I never played D1. I watched a friend play it, and then D2 came out. Because unless I'm getting the years wrong, I believe Diablo 2 came out while I was at uni. Release date, yeah, June 2000. So I started playing Diablo 2 at release, but I didn't play D1. I watched a friend play it. It was enough to convince me to pick up D2 when it came out. Back to your brain, this is BG3. All right, let's quickly read the subs and resubs. We've done a lot of chattering, although people are being very active and fun today. I'm enjoying myself, but we're here to play some games. Let's quickly read out the subs and resubs, and then we'll jump in. We've got, who started us off today? Scrolling. Rhyme Pendragon. Oh yes, with the big 100 from Rhyme Pendragon. Thank you very much. Pizza Metris has a 3-year Twitch anniversary. That's 36 months right there from the Pizza Man, or person. KT25 is at 34 months. Drotnolfer, I always remember your name because Drotnolfer got named automagically at some point. Or not, this is before we were naming the dwarves automagically from subscriber lists. This is when I was still manually renaming our dwarves. And I'd named one Drotnolfer. And Drotnolfer sounds like such a perfect Dwarf Fortress name that when I saw it again later, I had assumed I had not nicknamed them, and I overrode the nickname with someone else. So I will always remember your username because it was such a convincing dwarfing that I assumed that it had been an auto dwarf name instead of a subscriber. That's at 84 months from Droten. Ito's Creations at 57 months and says, playing a loaded DF on my birthday, what would you suggest to do with a Minotaur in a cage? There's a few fun things you do. Obviously, you could just sacrifice it, Volcano. You can also leave it on the surface, and when an invasion comes, pull the switch to like release it against the invaders. You could go put it in a closed room with fortifications all around, and then use it to train up your arrow dwarves, although eventually it would die. Yeah, I don't know. Keep it, capture some more things, and create an arena where it's like, okay, what happens if we release 3 goblins versus 1 minotaur? And different challenges like that. Gamer Taurus is resubbed for the 46 months. Daedalus is at 104. Juna has got the hockey sticks. 77 months from Juna. Papa Guy Gaming is at 9 months of Twitch, baby. Oh, it says funny, it's my 9th month. SO and I are expecting a baby girl in March. Well, there you go. First you get a Twitch baby, then you get a human baby. Personally, I'm more into the Twitch stuff, but, you know, that's just me. Yondar's at a 3-year Twitch anniversary. Cool Man Nachos actually resubbed today for 105th month, as well as contributing to the joke fund. You have a partly clogged shower drain. Keep pouring boiling water down it. It seems to be working. Really, is that a solution for clogged drains? Boiling water? I've never tried that. Frostbite. What did the spider do when he broke his computer? He called the webmaster. Periton has resubbed to a 13th month. Reg Cooper is at 118. Fletcher Reed has got the 9-0. Cruzio coming in at 96. Lurker Bennett's at 57 months. Vipers at 20 months. Temporal Trash with the 4-year Twitch anniversary, 48 months. And Sagacious Zed, just now. Oh, at 78 months. But just now, we've got Catfish Quackenbush at 11 months. And Slim Grady, will the real Slim Grady please stand up with the full deck of cards at 52 months. Hope the weather is treating you okay in the northern plains of Sudbury. What is the weather today? We had last week or the week before, it was crazy because we went from 28 degrees to 3 days later being having snow. Nuts. Today we got a high of 10. All right. That's not so bad. Okay, it's going to be above freezing for the next 7 days. That's great. We don't have any snow on the ground right now. It already melted away, which is I'm very thankful for. Okay, let's talk about our fortress, including some people who'd missed last week. Let's talk about what's going on. First of all, we are playing in a pocket world. Very tiny world. If you do exclamation mark what game, there's a link to a document where I've got all my plots and pans about what we're going to be doing. And our goal was to try to take over the world over here. So we've got some dwarven kingdoms. This thing outlined in red, I'm not sure why, like what the color of these various things are. This is a dwarven hillock that had been conquered by, I think, some humans, maybe goblins. Yeah, conquered by some goblins, and then reward it to take it over. So I don't know why it's in red necessarily. I don't know if we can like liberate it back, because we don't necessarily need to control it ourselves, but we control the site back for the dwarves. 2 new sites were founded here at some point that were economically linked to us. I believe this one here as well, so same sort of vibe. Then we had a variety of goblin pits over here. 2 of them we have gone and burnt to the ground. This one over here was actually conquered by some humans, although some of the human sites have been, I thought had been taken over by some goblins. Maybe one was, and then we went and burned that one down. We were warring everyone, by the way. The humans are spamming out a lot of settlements. We may have to do something about that. At the end of last stream, we did send out a raid to this Dark Goblin Fortress of Ruthless Sprays over here, which originally did list a population of 1,000. It says 750 now, but that might just be like we've got more info because we visited it. That raid didn't go quite so well. Because we mostly got our butt kicked by a demon there. And I gotta remember, I think goblin capitals tend to be built in places where basically the circus has access or something like that. So there are like demons and devils and various kinds of fiends that are defending it. And that was responsible for killing quite a few of our military dwarves, which is a darn shame. We have gone and reassembled our military. I think all of our military is at full strength again. Oh, one person still has, which group was it? Rex Sasquatch here still has a traveling icon. It'll be interesting to see if that goes away or not. It's possible Rex Squatch is maybe lost on the trip, maybe never returned home. So we may have to cycle you. But yeah, as far as I know, oh no, that's not full. The Copper Masters aren't. Okay, we'll take a look at that. We've got some extra population maybe, or we'll wait for another migrant wave. I don't know. So how are we going to deal with that seemingly unkillable devil there? Well, we can do a little bit more training. We'll raid some of the lower end sites. But at the end of this episode, we will go and send out like a full attack squad again. We might do a couple of smaller raids as well, see if we can pick off a few numbers without full engaging, and then send in everyone at that point. And that will be the grand finale of this. We either take out the Goblin capital, or we don't, and then we'll see how that goes. I have temporarily gone and suspended all of our squads from training, put them all on off duty, just because there's tons of stuff all over the map that has to be hauled and moved. So I'm going to go and enlist the military to help organize our base really, really quickly here. Yeah, lots of unhappy dwarves. It's because we've had a lot of fighting between a variety of forgotten beasts, a few raids, and then people dying while they're away. I think people are mostly upset. If we look at them, it's like, oh, was upset reliving trauma recently, and a lot of those sorts of things. So it's all combat related. I don't think we've got the time to necessarily go and build like a mist generator or something for Happy Thoughts. We're mostly gonna have to rely on the fact that our base is relatively nice. You need to enlist a tiefling, yes, to help us beat the fiends. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a very small world. So Pocket Wars, we're just calling it Pocket Wars because we're living in a pocket world, very tiny. And we've gone to war with everyone. We stole the human caravan 3 or 4 times, so now we are at war with the humans. They've come to attack us here, and we've gone and burned down a village or 2 of them as well, as far as I know. Do you have any video tutorials about DF Steam versions, especially anything about DFHack? Not precisely. We do try to be very informative as we go, but I haven't made an actual proper just standalone tutorial for DF for the Steam version, and I want to. I've tried a few times. I spent a couple of days here and there where I've recorded some episodes for it, and then I wasn't happy with it, so I ended up throwing it out. I do intend to give it another try at some point, but yeah, I don't have anything that's explicitly about this tutorial, but we try to be fairly tutorial-y in our content when we can. I am playing on the new beta of DFHack, which introduces a search bar for our citizens, hey, and a few of the other pages. So good. Currently, they do not have a search for the orders page yet, which is one of the things they keep asking about. In the Reddit thread where they posted about this new search thing, I mentioned, like, I would love you forever if you added it to the orders page. Apparently, the orders page is a little trickier because this is reading directly from the game memory. Like, apparently for the other pages like this, what it does, it like loads all these people into a list that then gets used for the user interface. So it's easy to like modify that list on the fly. So DFHack was able to just hook in there. But with the orders page, it's different because it's showing the direct version of memory. And so filtering this becomes a little trickier. So it's probably not going to be able to add a search button over here. Instead, they say they'll probably have to implement it similarly to the trade depot here, where we've got a completely, I guess you can't open this at all while there's not someone coming to trade, but here it opens a separate window here as well as during the actual trading. So it'll probably be something similar to that with the orders page. There'll probably be a separate window. So it's something that some of them are aware of, and hopefully someone's working on it. Fingers crossed. Obviously, the DFHack people are just all volunteers, people doing it for the love of DF. So we'll see how it goes. What was that? It's a small world after all. Oh no, yeah, let's not get that stuck in our heads. We still have the extra butcher shops over here, which is good. That was mostly to help us deal with the fact that we had a wicked overflow of animals. We don't anymore, but there's no reason to get rid of these butcher shops. That's going to be okay. And yeah, there's a lot of debris on the surface that's still going to be cleaned up. That's why I undrafted the military temporarily. And yeah, if we take a look at someone who's annoyed here, like Impossible MK, and we take a look at their thoughts, right? Yeah, afraid, reliving, experiencing trauma. That's the big problem. Discussed after retching on miasma. That's one of the other reasons I've undrafted the military, so they can go and help out with just carrying around the like just clearing out some debris, hopefully, from our base. Hopefully the game goes for a little bit without generating a Forgotten Beast for it. So we'll see. What's the other number next to FPS? Oh, down here. One is the... Oh, good, more migrants. One is the simulation speed. One is the rendering speed. I think the second run is the actual visual frame rate. I think the visual frame rate by default is capped to 50, and the simulation is capped to 100. Something like that. Yeah, the well is surrounded by blood. I think someone came here and did a lot of cleaning is what happened, and then left a lot of it behind. Yeah, I think they came here to clean themselves. There's a bunch of soap over here, too. I think dwarves kept coming over here to clean themselves and just left a mess. I did go before the start of the episode, mostly with the help of like some of the DFHack tools, to quickly locate. Yeah, still these elk birds running around and then scaring the dwarves and being scared of the dwarves. We should still have a hunter. Mostly I want to locate all the bituminous coal and the lignite, and just designate it for mining. We do currently have a full stockpile here of lignite and coal, but I do need a constant supply in there just because we do go through a lot of coal. Despite having magma forges, we do still go through a heck of a lot of coal. So with those elk birds, we do have a hunter. Yeah, Legacy is over here. Good. Accomplished Mark Dwarf, Expert Archer, Hunter, and that is your exclusive job. So hopefully Legacy's going to go around and just trim down those elk birds that made it into our base, and I've been getting in the way for a little bit. Do we need more barrels? Actually don't know what our barrel job is set up to be. Oh yeah, because no, we've got regular rock pots being made. That's true. Truce Chat withdraws from society. I remember Truce Chat from our last DF run. That was the one that was like weirdly stuck in a tree for a long time. Okay, what are you gonna claim, buddy? What are you gonna claim? Ooh, where are you? I guess that's not gonna go to you. That's where you were. I wonder if they're going all the way down here. Claim one of these forges. That would be good. Dwarves left to mess with cleaning themselves, so all dwarves are teenagers, huh? I mean, they're moody enough. Kind of fits. Look at all this stuff over here. A magma forge. I did call it. Which one of these forges did you claim? This right here. All right. Oh, you didn't go and pick up a lot of things. What do you have? Fine pewter bars. That's it. I mean, you're not making the artifact out of the steel greaves. So you're making an artifact out of a single pewter bar. I have to say I'm a little disappointed. Although I don't remember what kind of mood this is. They might become a legendary something or other. I don't know. We didn't make a waterfall shower in this one. Because you're right, because the waterfall shower both cleans things and generates positive moods. We don't have any surface water. We do have a heavy aquifer we could do some things with, but I think we're just going to have to make do without. So yeah, I want to keep the military. I do want to start the training again because I do have a lot of invasions to do before the end of our stream today. But there's a lot of store items. I do really kind of want their help. Oh, I've changed some of our stockpiles here. This is a finished goods stockpile. I've excluded clothes and mugs from over here. I've got a stockpile here, which is just, well, I was gonna say just for clothing. It's not exactly correct. It's any type of finished good that's made out of leather, plant, cloth, silk, or yarn. So basically just clothing. And then where we have our actual clothing industry, right over here, I have a stockpile here for new clothing. It does not accept anything from anywhere, so random items won't be delivered here going forward. Instead, the clothing workshop here delivers directly to there. And then the other clothing one is going to be set to auto trade. All right, Truce Chat has made something. Oh, a fine pewter mace. Claims it as an heirloom in the name of family ancestor Senti. Hang on, I'm assuming the details are pretty poor here. This is called Elder Swords, the Oily Exit. The fine pewter mace. That's actually decent value. I guess the base value of weapons pretty high. All craft dwarfships of the highest quality is encircled with bands of fine pewter. So, Trues, I love that we can search here now. Is there any chance you've become a legendary weaponsmith? Alrighty then. I think that's our third legendary weaponsmith. No, it's our first one. Tell you what, I'm gonna take Robodyne off of weaponsmithing. And then Truce Chat, I'm gonna take you off of being a stone cutter. There we go. I like that. No messing spike. There isn't any material to menace with spikes with. Yeah, why are so many dwarves angry? Because a bunch of them have been dying in battle. As far as I know, that's the only thing. They're all just reliving trauma over and over again. So our caverns are currently open. The drawbridge there is down. Drawbridge there is down. Got a few random traps just to catch anyone who might just randomly be walking in from this. We got access to our tree lair over there. And then, yeah, the big magma sea, which we haven't done any deep, like mining deeply or greedily over here, other than to reach the magma sea to set up our forges. Marky Plugs! The duck! Time for Dwarf Therapist. Why would we Dwarf Therapist? Built-in tool. I mean, it's not the same as Dwarf Therapist, but it works pretty well, actually. I think they need more alcohol to drown the trauma. Is very healthy. Yeah, they only have 728 drinks. It's only enough drinks for, like, multiple years. Well, I can't remember. Do they do 3 drinks per season each? 1 per month? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, meant to solve their sadness was a joke. Oh! Yeah, we need dwarf therapists to solve this. Or we put all these dwarves in the military, and then if they die, they die. Although that's likely to cause some chain reactions somewhere else. But yeah, in theory, we are, like, you know, generating positive thoughts to counter it. Oh, Quirky Plugs, our duck over here, is currently the most upset. Yeah, afraid reliving, experiencing trauma. Guilty dwelling upon being confined. Frustrated kept from alcohol so long. I mean, I did a very short civilian alert, like 3 seconds. Were you arrested at any point? Oh. Oh shit, we missed some, yeah, we missed some of our, production quota somewhere along the way. I didn't notice that. Oh, also, right. While the Wayfarer wants a silver weapon rack, I did queue that up. It's probably done. We gotta check. The mayor is getting cranky because battle axes aren't being made. I probably have it in there. Again, we need this to be searched. Maybe what I'll do is ask for iron battle axe rather than steel, which is what we'd actually want for a thing, but this would be built very quickly because we always have iron ready to go. And then, who is it that wants the... It's Wild Wayfarer. Gotta look for the fancy bedrooms. Which one of these belongs to Wild Wayfarer? This one here. So, do we have weapon rack? Select after placement. Silver. There we go. Done. That'll make them happy. Missed a raid? Did I? Oh, of one. Classic aggro druid. Hey, another fan of druids. Thank you very much for the bits. And Parduk with the gift sub. Thank you very much, Parduk. Yosef Baldur says, by the way, their character sheets, it lists a lot of things that aren't important, but the UI doesn't really make it clear how much things matter, whether lower focus actually increases stress. Dwarf therapists unironically better for looking at root causes of stress. That is true. That is true. There's a lot of things. So the thoughts aren't always clear. And then in addition to that, like on the front page, we've got unmet needs over here. So yeah, it proves to be kind of tricksy for us to like figure out what's actually causing some of these issues. And of course, cranky dwarves are getting into more arguments and more fights, so we might get a doom spiral starting. We shall see. I do really wish you had an idle counter, because I want to put my military back on actual military stuff. Let's see, how does the surface look? Yeah, see, there's still all this stuff just lying around, which should be getting picked up and brought somewhere. So I kind of want to wait until this is done as kind of an indicator of, okay, we've caught up on all of our hauling work. So I'm not going to reinstate military training until then. Solar eclipse gifts, nice. Yeah, I think the a partial solar eclipse should be visible where I am. Although I think it's like a hazy, overcast day today, so may not actually be possible. Yeah, it's cloudy here. I think we'd be able to see a partial eclipse otherwise. Idle counter is force of will joke for all the Magic players. Too cloudy. 85% eclipse here in clear skies. Nice, Parduk! Random llama out there. Oh, I should check to see if any of the migrants might have brought some raisables. No. Times late summer, good. We've got a lot of caged animals to go and trade. I don't know how much we're eager to buy, but we're definitely eager to like trade some things off. Unless we start just sacrificing things to the volcano god. Although I wouldn't want to do that to our caged animal. It just seems mean, you know? This is our big throne room. Dining hall for the king. Still some rocks in here, but they'll get cleared out at some point. Make battle axes. I'm really hoping... They should be... They're not Battle axes should be near the top. Forged iron battle axes. I mean, I could manually queue them up here. I mean, they're in, they're approved. How come they're not showing up in any of the forges? Man, I can just do it myself. We should have lots of iron. And they're not auto-canceling. Bars, yeah, 45 iron bars. Okay, not as much as I thought, but still a lot. I guess I'll remove it from the orders, since I did manually queue it up. Otherwise, there's going to be some more arrests here. Most of these we have repeating jobs for, to try to take care of them automatically. Yeah, we've got lots of furnace operators, right? I should have at least 5. I do actually have 7. That's their exclusive job. Although some of them are also some of our religious people and whatever, but we have an overlap of that, which is good. Dedicated weaponsmith. And then 3 dedicated armorers. What is Truce Chat doing? Maybe we do need a second weaponsmith. Oops. Oh no, they're forging a battle axe. Okay, yeah, there we go. They're at work. There you go. Getting some more raw resources here. I think you just finished another one. There you go. That's cleared. Good. Short swords, bolts, picks. Okay, and let's take a look at the justice system. No open cases, so good. Nothing got missed there. All right. Do we have... Okay, we do have generic metal crafting. Right, with Robodyne is dealing with. I might assign Steel Brain here, too. Just to help keep up with cages and whatnot. Well, you shared your thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3. Would love to hear your thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, what Pikmin Megamaster says, considering it's about the only thing he's played on stream for 2 months and stays a fan. Yeah. I think it's probably one of the best games ever made. Yeah. My chief complaint about it, it doesn't have a pop-up confirming when you're trying to replace a concentration spell with another. There should really be something like that. Because I'm sure collectively, as players, we've probably accidentally and unintentionally broken concentration on spells like 100,000 times collectively. That should really go back in. If you like hard combat, go back and play Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, although, I mean, the hard combat in Divinity, like the most hard combat is really at the start. When you don't have the armor, it's really brutal. All right, ban and exports, that's fine. Again, the trade should start soon. Okay. Again, we should have automated jobs for virtually everything here. We should make one of these every month by default. So they should go ahead and happen without our intervention. Okay, how's the surface debris looking? I'm still there, so I'm still going to keep my military off duty for now. Although I suspect, I keep seeing, pick up equipment and things like, well, that's Mason. I'm wondering if the army keeps equipping and unequipping their stuff. Again, in the current version, it's the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress, there's no option for the military to tell them to always keep their uniforms on, even in civilian life. I'm pretty sure that's something that used to exist. And so I think the military spends a lot of time putting their armor on and off. And so maybe we're not getting that much value from them of just operating as workers right now, because they might be like, okay, I've got to work right now, so I'll take off all my armor, then I'll put on some civilian clothes, then I'll do like one hauling job, then I'll reevaluate what I'm doing and be like, you know what, I want to do some sparring, so then I'm going to put all my armor back on. It's possible. At Stardust 2, you can't cast source spells. Well, that's true too. I think that's changeable. Yeah, but where? Like, we were looking at it last time. Equip always. Okay, hold on. That might be the case. So almost like when I'm off duty, equip always. There we go. So it's not part of the uniform. And then I'd want the same thing. Oh, is that get copied between them anyway? Okay, there we go. So if we do this, and then copy, paste, 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 paste. Done. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Okay. So that might be quite good. To keep that on. Kept looking at the uniform thing, not the schedule thing. And I feel like we looked, someone said something about the schedule last time. I think someone said it's in the monthly schedule, so I went here and I didn't see it. But it's over here. Okay. Yeah, so keep your armor on all the time to stop you from swapping back and forth. That'll be quite good. Oh! Okay, we do have a little bit of mining that happened on the surface because we had some coal-type stone over here, some lignite, and there's a few other levels that's got it. It's mostly lignite as opposed to actual coal, which isn't that efficient. I can't remember what the efficiency difference is. Is it just that you get more coke bars out of coal? I think it's something like that. Coal is more efficient than lignite when it comes to making coke, but I mean, ultimately you want both. Is your iron from mining or from goblins? Mostly from mining. I mean, we just left the default in world creation, which means we've got like near infinitude stuff. We haven't properly set up smelting. We did have it for a little while. We don't currently have an automated goblinite smelting thing, which is mostly just because the current UI doesn't make it very convenient. We did some things with stockpiles and flag 1 to be auto melted, but it wasn't quite perfect. The easiest way to do it, in my opinion, is the old enhanced stock screen that we used to have pre-Steam in DFHack. The DFHack enhanced stock screen was the easiest way to mass designate for smelting as well as for dumping. And without that, I find it very tedious to happen. So, yeah. There it is. Bituminous coal gives 8 coke, lignite only 4, or something like that. Okay. Yeah, so you're always more excited to see the coal than the lignite, but it's all fine. What you doing, Care? Steel high boots, good. Right, more of the debris starting to get cleaned up, but... And yeah, some of our military will always just be doing regular sparring anyway, even if they're not doing anything else. Needs anthracite for the win. That's just another type of coal type thing, right? I don't really know my minerals. All right. I was going to say, literally just opening my mouth to say, all right, I think they've been off duty long enough. I should probably put them on duty so that they are ready if a force comes, because just changing the schedule may not have forced their equipment back on. And just like that, we're getting assaulted. So first of all, we're going to go and set everyone back on the training thing. But then I'm also going to give them a station order over here, which would also prompt them to equip their gear if they didn't have it on already. All right, Dwarf Fortress Darkness is here. We're not going to seal ourselves up. We're just going to group up. Snatchers have arrived. And yeah, it's possible some people are getting caught out on the surface, depending on what was going on. There you go. First of the goblins is showing up over here. Yeah, they're going to be pouring in. I think I'm just going to tell my troops now. Those are old corpses. I don't think there's a lot here, actually. There are really not that many. All right, I'm just going to give a new station order over here just to get the squad to move out. I don't know why all these goblins are lingering over here. There we go. Death Squad, charge! Now, I don't think any of our military is going to get killed fighting these guys. If there are any deaths that happen, it's probably just random civilians that got encountered along the way. Siege is broken. Excellent. And yeah, we'll keep the training schedule active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to target all the smaller military sites. And then we're going to end up by going after the Dwarven Fortress again. See if we can kill that one fiend. You missed the bzzz sound. Oh yeah, when I had like an audible pop-up for every piece of damage. Yeah. Masterworks. Oh! Is that bad? So that's clothing that was marked for dumping because it was so worn out. Oh, the yield's a little higher, but use fuel to make it, so the yield's, yeah, okay, effectively lower. Okay. Read more about the little battles. Yeah, we can. Now, sometimes it does take, you know, there's a lot of text in there, but we can look at one of the examples of combat that just happened in this battle, for example. So, where's the entry for our dwarves? The Rudvin over here. Is that from the current battle? Yeah. How come do we not get the dates? Because it used to have the dates for these entries. So we'd know if some of these were old combat logs versus new ones. Oh, we lost a boot here. This porcupine leather high boot. Just took so much damage to finally go. Why are you wearing leather boots? Oh, this was owned by the Goblin. There you go. So the recruit slashes the Goblin crossbow in the right foot with steel short sword and several parts sails off in the arc. It's the Goblin's boot that broke. Let's say our troops shouldn't be wearing boots at all. Or if they're wearing boots, they're wearing steel high boots. They shouldn't be wearing leather boots at all. Yeah, there we go. See, they're just wearing some heavily damaged stuff. That right through the iron breastplate, we get a slash. The recruit means they don't actually have a high combat title yet in terms of skill, right? They get the name like swordman or different things like that as they get better combat skill. But it's kind of crazy. But we have good equipment, and that matters a lot. What's that, a boot? Nothing wrong with wearing high, shiny black leather boots. Yeah, we can have a whole other theme going for our next fortress with that. All leather all the time. Dwarves seemed reluctant to put on their armored boots my last game. I might need to set it to replace clothing instead of wear over. I do have it set to replace clothing because of that problem exactly. And I have a full outfit, including clothing, designated for them so that we don't run into those issues. But that boot was almost certainly worn by the Goblin, not our actual combatants over here. So, like, if we take a look at your skills and your combat skills, yeah, that's not stupendous, is it? Yeah. Okay, now, one thing is, the Copper Master's here. Yay, Caravan has arrived. No! Why? I don't understand. Okay, where are they spawning in from? Maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's because of where they're spawning. You know what? I think I understand what might be going on here. So, merchants will always spawn in a place where they can reach your trade depot. Now, merchant caravans need if they want to bring wagons, they need 3 tiles wide, and they can't go over any traps. Now, this area here is perfectly fine. This is where the merchants used to spawn in. They would spawn in and go over here. But I'm betting because I built this entrance here, they're like, oh, well, we can reach the trade depot from this side. So they spawn over here sometimes, but then they're like, oh, but we can't actually reach it with a wagon. I bet you that's what's going on. Even though there is technically another place, I'm surprised, can they not go across this surface? Maybe they can't cut through here because of the stockpile? Maybe I should trim the stockpile back, and then maybe they'd be like, oh yeah, I can path around here. Or what I do is I just remove some of the traps over here. Yeah, I wonder, do the rocks stop them? What is it that's preventing? Okay, the thing is, we know this is a spawn spot for this. Let's make sure, for the future, we're going to make sure that from here, they can absolutely positively reach into our base. Even if that means we're going to have to get rid of some traps, which is a shame. Well, let's widen this plateau. That is really disappointing. And these ramps are going to be fine. And then I'm just going to go and remove the cage traps over here. It's so disappointing. Build a road around the edge? Maybe. I mean, that's another plan. Like, let's say I took this. I don't know if it's stock. Maybe it's the stockpile that's a problem. I don't know. Let's trim this back to here. Stockpile. And then we will build construction road. Oh, I want to be back in the other mode. Paved road, show the planner. There you go. And that's all set to use blocks. I guess I can only drag this much as I go. Another go over there. Yeah, I'm still gonna get rid of these traps here. Those boulders did stop wagons. I know that the dolomite here, there's chunks of stone, and then there's things you have to smooth, which would also block construction. Yeah, so I mean, it's a little disappointing because I do want to sell a lot of stuff, and I'm hoping that they, just maybe bring a lot of steel bars with them or something, if at all possible. I have a couple of stockpiles set to auto trade, so it does flag a lot of things to be brought here. Hopefully, as many things as possible in bins. This number makes me think a lot of things are probably loose. Build, construct, paved road. Right there. There you go. There's a boulder here, which I guess is going to get auto-smoothed by this road now, which is nice. Because I think the boulders might get in the way. Yeah, when this construction finishes, what we'll do is we'll extend the road, we'll draw some things out. And
money for Essentia, money for Essentia.
Why don't dwarfs get along with elves?
Why?
They can't see eye to eye. What do you call a pig that drinks beer? A wart-hog. How do dwarfs defend their brewery? With fortified wine.
Fortified wine. Wart-hog. Oh, that's good. It took me a second, which I was like, Tame Dread has been found dead. What? Whoa. How did you die here? There's no combat entry. Would be at the bottom, right? Not at the top? I don't see Tame Dread up here either. There's some blood here. Elkbird blood.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
This sight thing is really annoying to me. I mean, I guess we could do a death cause. Out of curiosity. Killed by the troglodyte Noton Shagog. Right here? I guess maybe they were killed a while ago and we only spotted them now? Are they still alive, I wonder? Well, they're not visible in the list. Huh. Yeah, no, Shift D is the old version, which super annoys me that it's not there. So in pre-Steam, you could hit Shift D, and what it would do is it would give you an overlay on the map that would show you the accessibility to your caravan. But that doesn't exist anymore as far as I know. Which is really disappointing. Yeah, mine out the rest of this. We'll get the path. Make sure there's no boulders. Trees can block the caravans as well. We run into that issue previously. That's one of the reasons we build the road, is to prevent trees from growing in this area and make sure it's got a 3-tile wide thing. That is so disappointing. Still hauling things over? Yep, we sure are. Yeah, I want to finish the quill crates for the UI part of ooh, got some coal over here, of our little asteroids game. I don't have a time for it yet, but have that path. So theoretically, no more issue. I kind of wish I still